Smoka Joka, yo. Space riding, yo. This that new shit, yo. This on the news, yo. This that on the news, bitches. On the news remix, 2022 or whatever, yo. Check it out. So many different faces have ended up on the news. Like the shit is everything from victims to psycho individuals. I swear it's like only so many people get a chance to speak on it as much as possible. And then they come up missing, the suspect plus any innocent ones. They news reporters don't ever give up with making the news reports until the job is done. The only problem is that all this shit up in this world is nothing but problems without much of any way to solve them, for any authorities to stop them. The families of these dead and gone, fucking deceased, usually they'll hire attorneys to try to win the case against a murder suspect accused of killing somebody. And if he walked away clean from the shit, so far away, gone from the murder scene, ain't no trace of evidence, then there's no one to convict. Cops found clothes all bloody, strung out, bodies that be drug out across the street and shit. Bodies lying there still dead the next morning, with police and the news team at 6. Like, what the fuck is this? This shit is on the news. We gotta do a news report already. There's a suspect in court pleading the fifth, and if he is snitched, then the police gonna get him and begin asking questions. This shit is crazy, all dirty, fucked up, different kinds of types of people play a hating. Hey, they be so fucked up, they be so fucking evil. So many things that had to do with it, especially if it is a killing. They be carrying the bodies of the victims to the stretchers, then take pictures of them. Smoka Joka chilling back, smoking a blunt, watching the news report. I need to smoke a Newport, cause life is too short. So many crazy psycho faces end up on the news. They keep bringing up the same incident like every 2 or 3, 4 or more, from 5 a.m. in the morning all the way up to around 10 p.m. And then they say to be continued. Breaking news at 11 p.m. 12, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Saying prayers to everyone and good night. Oh yeah, plus also make sure you lock your doors from the homeless and crackheads and poor. Unless you got a 45 Magnum hidden up inside your dresser drawer or in the pocket of your shorts. They just been talking shit about a murder. They have only been hoping for clues and looking for answers. They want nothing more than the truth, and it lies behind these dark streets at night. I don't need proof, killers be creeping through, and if you trip, they might end your life, yo. So you can be on the news too. If you wish to meet deadlines for your death tonight, you might finally end up seeing death in front of your eyes before you realize, right in your sight, the Grim Reaper knocking, he has come to take lives. So if you wanna be talking shit, you best get your asses walking. The Grim Reaper be stalking. Who is he? Well, I am him, and he is I. He is me, and I ain't saying shit for the news team. Fucking haters and fucking fake and phony bitches be on the news for hating. They may not even wanna do a shit, really ain't funny, player. It's nothing to laugh about. When killers end up on the news, they murder us wildin' out on the news. From the east all the way to the west coast, people end up on the news. They talk about it all the time on the news. Always gotta be someone there otherwise it's like some kind of fucking crime. Sometimes you see the yellow police caution tape line. I'm seeing some faces on the TV stations, but if I put it on the news channel, then I'll see the whole world basically on fire blazing. It's an alien attack, this is an alien invasion. This shit is all on the news stations. Check the news at 8, 6, 7. Do you wish to die? If you watch the news, you'll see the bullshit, so will I. But I will not cry. Just keep skipping through the news channels, numbers 12, 6, 8, and 5. Just understand this, you is lucky to survive. You lucky that you still alive. This shit out in the streets and the shit you see on TV isn't easy to survive, not easy to believe. And that's just it. All this shit can happen in reality for your life. They just been on the news, they all up on the news with it, yo. They just wanna hate on the killer. Hold up, wait just a minute. Do they wanna have it? Their faces end up on the news on live TV? Cause they can always bleed, they can always keep bitching, they can always end up on the news cause they snitching, hating. Just ask anybody from Detroit or Flint, Michigan, like down on 7 Mile or up on Dayton. The haters, they keep on hating, and they can have their faces on the news channels to the point where people changing the stations. They end up on the news if they lost, found, or taken away, missing. They on the news. That's where they show the suspects and victims. It's a tragedy to them, almost like some type of entertainment or enjoyment. When they end up on the news and showing disappointment, all the faces of haters be on the news, on the news, on the news. They be on the news every single night and every single day, from when the moon rises until the sun comes up in the day in front of me. What's this look like? Some kind of fucking game? They on the news, they on the news. They just can't fuck with it, cause it's a tragedy. On the news, on the news, it's where they be. On the news, on the news, on the news, talking to people in disbelief. Like, did you see anything happen? Did you see anyone or anything? And it really seems that like every single time they end up on the news, that's what it's like. It ain't no changing shit. It can only get worse in a matter of time or in an instant. All the innocent victims ending up dead on the news. Nobody fucking with them. They on the news, they on the news, on the news, they on the news, they on the news, on the news, they on the news, they on the news, they on the news, on the news, they on the news, they on the news, on the news, they on the news. Innocent victims. They on the news, they on the news, on the news, they on the news, they on the news, on the news, they on the news. Innocent victims. They on the news, they on the news, on the news, they on the news, they on the news, on the news, they on the news. Innocent victims, innocent victims, innocent victims. They on the news, they on the news, on the news, they on the news, they on the news, on the news, they on the news. They on the news, they on the news, on the news, they on the news. They on the news, on the news, they on the news. Innocent victims, innocent victims.